Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jack, Zafra991, and what I've got for you today is daily races. Yep, that's right, we're finally here, we're finally doing it. I've got 3 for you today. Also, if you guys enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe, like the video, maybe click the notification bell, that'd be really appreciated. And again, I just want to thank you guys all so much for the support over the GT7 videos that we've done so far and the live streams. Just want to shout out to all you amazing guys for staying tuned and for making all of this happen. So yeah, we're going to get in 3 races today, and you can see what kind of carnage we got in the background and see why we have called the video Chaotic Racing. Let's go. Right, here we go. For race number 1, we're starting in P3. CR 136.6. That's what we got in this car here, actually. The L500R, the Peugeot, the Pug. And this looks like the Batmobile, as I say. And it certainly does feel it as well when we have the opportunity to express it, which is actually not going to be just yet. We're going to see it in action very shortly. See, we got a couple of Skylines here. That's going to be another Nissan R32 there. I love how you can see the cars on the right there. It's a really nice touch. So, yep, this is a pretty chaotic, as you can imagine. And we are already down into P4. We have lost the position. And through this little tricky bit of track, really want to be making most of the track width and obviously trying to avoid getting penalties as best as possible. We've got traction control on one for for all 3 races today, because I can't quite drive without it, as it seems. I seem to like spinning out a lot. I think it's just learning the car and throttle control. But still, if it can help with the consistency, then I'm going to keep it on. We want to really be maximising track width here. I'm still learning how to get fast at this game, and I'm a very long way off, but slowly getting stuff done. The circuit experiences, the missions. Of course, got all of our gold licenses now, so that's there's no worries about that. So now we can see the Batmobile in its best effect here. This livery I picked up from the search feature, so I can't remember who it was now, but I will leave the name on the screen. You can check it out. Feel free to search it and download it. I just changed some colours, and just like that, we have gained 2 positions. Actually, make that only 1. We are into P3. We do try and get Shadow here, but unfortunately it just takes a while to get this car up and going. So you're going to see here the power of the rocket, although we do get a penalty there for cutting the track. So fair play. We're going to try and go around the outside of Shadow. Can we do it? Oh, we're going to get a penalty instead. So not ideal. I wouldn't recommend going into the wall there, or really anywhere for that matter, but Mr. Barrier is very tempting. Very nice guy. Turns out he's also nice in GT7 as well. So we're going to go a bit deep here, but hopefully come out for a better exit. We've lost another position here to Leon. However, we may still be able to get that back, because we did start P3, so podium would be nice to at least finish on. Now it looks like someone's left the race there, very unfortunate. We are in purples, but it is to be expected on lap 2, of course. Same rules as GT Sport there. And actually, while we're on the subject, what do you guys think of GT7 Daily Races compared to GT Sport Races? Let me know your thoughts. We're going to serve our penalty here, lose a bit of time, and someone's going to go past. But that's about it for now. I'm liking the new mechanics and the new handling model of GT7, especially driving these road cars and this L500R, and later on in the Nismo. Sorry, not in the Nismo, sorry, later on in the R34. It's just very different, very refreshing in a way. However, what I don't like is the tuning. I'm really not big on that. I saw a video recently, actually. It's Affinity going over some points. And basically, if you had like a manual tuning button or like a quick tune or something, I think that would be really helpful here. Same with the adjustable radar, but I won't do a proper review on the game yet. I'm still pretty new in it, only about 41 hours in, something like that. So, will take longer to actually summarise all my thoughts, but yeah, just something like that, like some sort of quick tune or a little bit more of a tuning tutorial would be great. Read Beyond the Apex, and it's still not amazingly helpful to me, but maybe I need more of a video. But anyway, we have caught up to Leon just up ahead here, and you're going to see this gap slowly start to expand once again as we go around this little section of corners, which I'd say is probably the most trickiest. Braking just after the road goes down, or track goes down even. Of course, Deep Forest Raceway, Never been here before. I've not played any other GT game apart from GT3 and GT3 A-Spec back in the day. And if I'm honest, I don't remember this circuit on there. So it could have been, might not have been, I'm not sure. But you're going to see, we're going to go past Leon. See you later, Leon. Oh, actually, we're going to meet Mr. Barrier as well. Clearly, once was not enough earlier, so we're going to make that twice. Are we going to be able to catch P3 here, the pole? In fact, both the poles. With Shadow. We're just going to be a little bit too far away. Just need to rely on these two battling. So this car is powerful, as you've seen. The Batmobile, it's really got that, you know, that bursting speed. It's got the pace. It's for me, it's the fastest car for this combination so far. And I've driven the Nissan R32, 34, and the Porsche and the Scirocco tons of times, and this is just generally just always better for me. Can we go around the outside here of Shadow? This would be a really big move. We're going to take the long way round, but we're not quite going to be able to go for it. Can we maybe go for the... No, we're not going to go for the switcheroo, the switchback, whatever you want to call it. Or as I call it, the switcher. Right, so Shadow's just ahead of us here. Looks like we've lost P1, as you see on the minimap there, none on the time delta. Like, just there's no way we're going to be contending for podium here. Sorry, for pole here. But we do still have a chance to take second or third if we play our cards right. Oh, it looks like Shadow gets a penalty just up ahead there. Well, okay. So, that's actually changed the dynamic of this one here, because the hybrid, as you're going to see, is going to run out. So we're going to use the Batmobile's strength, and that's going to be its straight line speed. We're going to really just try and get past Shadow here. Can we clear Shadow as well before the penalty 7 zone? Yes. And that should guarantee P3 for us. Now, what's going to happen with this pole up ahead here? Looks like their hybrid ran out just moments before mine. In fact, mine's still just about there, so I could actually make this work. Let's park this on the apex here. So, looking back at this, I think the other pole, that one, went into first gear, and that made the car spin and then go into the back of me. Unfortunately, makes us spin around. I'm really sorry for that, though. Bo, if I didn't mean for that contact there, but we do race with Bo once again in the next one. So that's going to be a P2 for us. Not too bad for a first race. In fact, that's a lie. That's the first race on YouTube. The other races are on the live streams on YouTube, but this is the first video, of course. So first P2, I'll take that. Now we're starting in P1. We've got Bo just behind us again. Let's just see what we can do, and let's go. So starting pole, you're going to see all the four-wheel drive Nissans scooting past. There's Shadow just behind us now, but not quite close enough to make the move yet. So are we going to see Shadow make a move? Not quite yet. So this race was directly after the first race here. So all the friendships and enemies we made, which I don't think we made any enemies, but all the friendships we made and whatnot, you know, not really gonna. It will carry over, I guess, but I don't really think I know a whole lot of races on here yet. But if you are in these videos, make sure you drop yourself in the comments. I'd love to know. So we're going to see Shadow go past here. Going to go for a nice move around the inside because I stupidly outbroke myself, so not ideal. Now we've got Bo just behind us here. We're hitting our braking points. Going to just about hit the apex there as well. And now let's get the straight line speed activated here. The Batmobile is ready to engage. So Shadow just up ahead here, and that gap is quickly coming down. In fact, that's there's not really going to be a gap there anymore by the time we get to the penalty 7 zone. These cars are very OP right now. Obviously it's because the hybrid and the cars that don't have hybrid are just missing out. Shadow's going to go, well actually, no sorry, that's not Shadow, that was Bo. Bo's going to go and give me a knock there. Maybe that was a return for the last race, I don't really know. Either way, we're just going to crack on and continue racing here. We do want to look for a move, but actually I slowed down here because I don't want to go around the outside of Shadow, because I actually ended up at the barrier last time. But instead this time we do get a bump from Bo, so maybe we're all good. So that's always a, you know, it's always good to be optimistic here. So appreciate that bump from Bo there. I did race Bo a couple of times before and after this race anyway, and Bo seems like a fairly good racer. So yeah, and of course it is still the first week of GT7, although when this video comes out it'll be later on, just slightly after a week. So people are still getting used to this game and the handling physics and basically how to control it, and also, you know, just everything. So, you know, there is a lot of leniency, I think, for driving, but, you know, it's all good racing that I'm experiencing here, which is great. You're going to see the Spaniard and Shadow behind have a little bit of a dispute on the radar there, but that should hopefully help us out. The Spaniard is actually also in the L500R, the Pug. Now let's use the slipstream and use the straight line speed if we can just about get in it, which actually I'm not too sure about the slipstream details. I did watch One Ball Leader's video on it. However, it's very hard to pick up exactly what is pick-up distances, I guess, but let's just make sure we stay in the slipstream anyway as best as we can, and there we go. We're going to just hit our braking points, hit our apexes as best as possible here as well. Again, so I watched the replay, Bo goes into first gear there, and I also do the same here, which for me doesn't work out, but for Bo does right now. But you can see it goes a bit sideways, and I think that'll explain the incident on the first race last lap at that hairpin. So anyway, now we got the Spaniard behind here, Audrey. I think that's how you say the name. Andre, I'm not too sure. So we do have the Spaniard just behind here, who's also in the L500R. So now we just got to do our best to hit our apexes here. We do get a bump. I don't think that was intentional, because instead of Audrey going for the move, we're actually slows that down a little bit here. Doesn't let me past just yet, but we do get past having the inside here, and we are okay. So I'm going to take that bump as a no worries bump, or a love tap, as I commonly like to call it. So, you know, that's absolutely fine. At the end of the day, as I said a minute ago, you know, it's all getting used to it. It's all, you know, fair game. Just as long as there's no bad driving, obviously. It's just getting used to the physics and the handling model and everything. Which, by the way, I'm a big fan of, actually. It's a very different ball game now compared to GT Sport, but I kind of like it for that. It's nice to have variety and mixing it up. At least that's how I see it. But here we go. So Spaniard's going to be in our slipstream here, but we're going to hope that we got the better exit of that corner there, which I think we have for the most part. So that's always a great sign. Bo's slowly taking it away there in the lead. Really starting to lose a lot of time to Bo. We know we can be strong around this last little bit here. That's it. If we keep it in second, which we do. I know I'm a lot quicker in second than I am in first. But we're going to skip forward here because nothing really happens up to this last lap here, where we've dropped Audrey. Shadow's just behind again, but by a little bit. And we have closed down on Bo. So we've hit our apexes. Bo goes a little bit wide there. Was that a bit too wide? Let's find out. Is there going to be any penalties dished out? Not that I can see, but what it does mean is we're going to get a better exit here, and we're going to go right past Bo, and we're going to be in P1 here. Now, can we come away with a P1 finish? We're going to hit our braking points here. Going to make sure we hit the apexes as well. That's it, and power out as soon as possible when it's safe to do so. Going to fast forward it here, scale electric style. And look at that, we're going to get our first victory on the channel. And that actually was my first victory as well. So far, my only victory. So, fantastic. I'll take that. Look at me, I'm looking fabulous. I'm loving the animations here. This is very cool. Look at that. That's worthy of a thumbnail there. So, anyway, last race. We're actually going to be in the R34 here. Still starting a pole. But, of course, I can't come anywhere near the time I've set in the L500R in the R34. So, I'm going to be at a massive disadvantage here. But still, we're going to give it a go and just have fun with it. Got my race wins, so anything else is a bonus. So again, we are going to aim to get a win here, if not get a podium at least. Starting on pole. We've got Harry R just behind us here. And the Frenchman. In fact, where has the L500R gone? I think it's in P6 right now. So actually, that gives everyone a fighting chance at the moment. At least up till on the final lap anyway. So we got the Brit just behind us here, and the two drivers, the Frenchman and the Brit, are going to battle behind. You can see positions being traded there, but that doesn't really mean too much for us, sadly, because it just means that, actually it does mean something for us. It means they're going to battle and lose a bit of time, but for us, unfortunately, we're going to miss the apex here, and therefore we're going to see the Frenchman push us off track, but we are okay. I believe that was the 32 or 33, 34, one of the three. I can't quite distinguish them at the moment. And you're also going to see here Harry's going to start shooting past, because these tunings are better than mine. My tune is just Super GT's one, but with a couple of adjustments to make it a bit more personal. But yeah, I'm really no good at tuning, and it is a bit discouraging. But we can only hope that Bob comes back at least for 1 or 2 of the daily races anyway. So anyway, we're going to skip forward here to the middle, towards the end of lap 2, and we've now got Levicious just behind us here. We have raced in GT7, GT Sport a couple of times actually, and we know Levicious is safe, we know Levicious is quick, so now it's going to be our job to try and hopefully beat Levicious, which isn't normally the case, but could it be today? Well, we're going to see. Are we going to see Levicious go for the move? Not quite, actually. They're going to stick it to the right and actually go around the outside. Beautiful move there, although actually we're going to be sitting on the apex here. Can we get a better exit? Or not quite yet. You can see that R32 Paul Walker Skyline livery. I like that very much. Of course, if you haven't seen my own one, I'll leave that as a card up the top. Make sure you check that out. Okay, now let's close this gap down to Levicious just up ahead here. And we are towards the end of the race. We have lost the leaders there, as you can see from the time delta and the map, or the track map. So anyway, Levicious looking a little bit shaky here. It looks like the GT7 server internet connection, if you will, or the connection quality, it seems a bit lacking. It seems to be really hit and miss. So hopefully they fix that in the next update or 2. There has been an update since actually making this video, but I don't think it's changed anything on the connection side of things, just more bug fixes. But anyway, last lap now. Levicious goes into the wall and misses the apex, gets all out of shape, loses a lot of time, goes sideways and gets a penalty. Wow, that was a lot has happened there. Now got a 5.5 second penalty. There you go, we got there in the end. Now all we need to do is hit our apexes, and we should be able to take Levicious's position right here. Are we going to be able to do it though? It's going to be close. Here we go, come on, let's get side by side, let's get a better exit here. Oh, he's going to go sideways again, a bit swazzy, a bit dicey, but we are in a slipstream now anyway, and if there wasn't a penalty here, you're going to see we're about matched on pace, at least in terms of tuning pace, as it seems, but the penalty is going to get served, and we're going to go up into P3, and unless anything happens at the end here, which it doesn't look like it's going to, we're not going to see any dive bombs, no, we're fine. So that's actually going to pretty much confirm a P3 finish here, unless we meet Mr. Barrier for the 3rd and final time today, which, as you probably can imagine, actually, it's not going to happen. It may happen in another video, but not in this one. So only 2 times for Mr. Barrier today. So I'll take that. That's been a fantastic race, a couple of races here, really enjoyable. Shout out to Levicious and Shadow for racing and having a good time with me on track. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for the support. You guys are all amazing. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.